Ethics in psychology. Let's start with what ethics means in psychology. Ethics are rules about what is right and wrong when studying or working with people. In psychology, we deal with sensitive topics, thoughts, emotions, behavior, so we must be very careful about how we treat participants. Ethics protect participants from harm and make sure their rights are respected. Key ethical principles. Informed consent. Participants must know what the study is about and agree to take part. Right to withdraw. They can leave the study anytime. No pressure to stay. Confidentiality. Personal information must be kept private. Protection from harm. The study shouldn't cause stress, anxiety, or harm, physically or emotionally. Debriefing. At the end, participants must be told the full purpose of the research, especially if anything was hidden during the study. Example, if a study involves showing disturbing images to test reactions, the psychologist must first warn the participant and make sure they are okay after the study. If psychologists don't follow these ethical rules, people can be hurt, and the research loses value. That's why every study must go through an ethics committee before it starts. Ethics in psychological research with human participants. When psychologists do research with people, they must be very careful. Participants are not just subjects. They are human beings with feelings, rights, and dignity. What must be done? Before the study, participants must give informed consent, meaning they know what the study involves and they agree to take part. If there is any risk, like feeling sad, scared, or embarrassed, the psychologist must warn them. People must always have the right to stop the study at any time. No punishment, no pressure. Confidentiality is key. Their names and personal data must stay private. After the study, they should be given a debriefing, where everything is explained clearly, especially if something was kept secret during the study. What's not okay? You can't lie to participants unless it's necessary and approved. This is called deception. You can't force or trick people into joining. You can't let participants walk away feeling worse than before. Famous case. In the 1960s, the Milgram obedience study shocked participants with fake electricity. Many were very distressed. Today, such studies would need very strict ethical checks. So, when studying humans, psychology must always follow ethics to respect people and protect their well-being. The wider responsibilities of psychologists. 2-minute explanation. Psychologists have ethical responsibilities beyond just doing research. They must also act responsibly in their work with clients, students, society, and the media. In clinical settings, psychologists working in hospitals or therapy must protect patient confidentiality. They must not manipulate or harm clients, and they must report serious risks, like self-harm or abuse. In teaching or media. When teaching psychology or speaking in media, psychologists must give accurate information, not spread false or exaggerated ideas. They must respect all groups of people. No discrimination based on gender, race, culture, or beliefs. In society, psychologists should work to improve well-being, not just understand behavior, but also help solve problems like mental health, bullying, or addiction. They must be honest and responsible in how their work is used. Example: a psychologist advising on social media use among teens must give balanced advice, not cause fear or panic. They should also think about how their research might affect public opinion. Final thought: psychology isn't just about experiments, it's also about values. A good psychologist must be ethical, responsible, and respectful in all areas of life. Psychological research and the use of animals. Let's talk about how animals are used in psychology research and why it's a very sensitive and ethical issue. Psychologists sometimes use animals like rats, monkeys, or pigeons to study learning, memory, brain function, or behavior. This is because animals share some biological and behavioral similarities with humans. Why use animals? Some experiments can't be done on humans because they might be too risky or unethical. Animals help us understand the brain, behavior, and effects of drugs. This research has even helped in treating mental health disorders. Example, psychologist B.F. Skinner used rats and pigeons to study how rewards and punishments shape behavior, operant conditioning. These findings helped us understand how learning works in humans too. But using animals raises important ethical questions. What are the ethical rules? Psychologists must follow strict guidelines to protect animals. No unnecessary harm should be caused. Animals should be kept in clean, safe, and comfortable environments. If pain is involved, it must be justified and minimized as much as possible. The research should have clear scientific value, not just curiosity. Controversy. Some people believe it's never right to use animals for experiments. They argue that animals have feelings too and can suffer. Others say that if it's done humanely and helps save human lives, it can be acceptable. Today, ethics committees must approve animal studies before they begin. Many psychologists now look for alternative methods, like computer models or non-invasive techniques. So in psychology, the use of animals is carefully controlled and always debated to balance science and compassion.